Hello everybody and welcome to this week's episode of Your Manchester with me, Ms. Belinda Scandal. We are stood here on a sunny day in Salford, right next to the Lowry, because today is the launch day of their wonderful production, Life of Pi, that's coming very, very soon to the Lowry. More about that later as we're going to be speaking to some of the creatives. Also on today's show, we're talking about people like us. That's right, it's the second part of Lucy's story with our Ollie. And as if that isn't enough, we are of course partnered currently with the Natalie Kate Moss Trust, a fantastic charity that doing so much to prevent brain hemorrhages and strokes. With that in mind, we had to join them down at the Market Street, outside the Boots, everybody, outside of the Boots. And more about that, this is how your show's looking. Well, at the Lowry and many other theatres, they're already talking about Christmas productions. Now, the Christmas production this year at the Lowry is going to be Life of Pi. Now, you may remember that film. It is an absolutely fantastic film. It's just glorious. I always said it should have been a musical. It should have been a stage show because it's just like a proper ballet when you watch the movie. So this is Lolita Chakrabarti's dazzling Olivier Award-winning stage adaptation of Jan Martel's best-selling novel Life of Pi, which is currently running at Wyndham's Theatre in the West End and stars an extraordinary life-size puppeteered Bengal tiger. It just sounds amazing. Now this is going to be here for the Christmas season at the Lowry in Salford as part of the production's first ever UK tour. The tour will launch Sheffield in towards the tail end of 2023 before playing the Lowry from the 5th of December until January 2024. It's exciting! So here we are now on the stage, everybody. Your production is coming here. But let's go back a bit. Where do you start from taking a book and then developing it into something that I can only describe as epic?
I guess you start at the beginning with the story. I think I was first on the whole thing, so I had to write a script from the story and decide which version of the novel I wanted to tell. And then as soon as I'd done that, the first version, which is not the version that you see, that's the sort of basic version, Max Webster, our director, and Finn Caldwell came on and we started to develop it from there.
I mean, there's plenty of challenges within this show, isn't there? I mean, as I recall, the second act is basically a tiger, a boy, and a boat. How do you get that to deliver so much impact and emotion?
Well, weirdly, that was what drew me to the show. Before I'd even met Lolita, actually, I think I had a little thing in a lift, sort of went, oh, if we did Life of Pi, we'd have ages with a boy and a tiger just being together. And actually, bizarrely, as challenging as that sounds, I thought that was really exciting because I thought you could really see the progression of the relationship from fear to trepidation to whatever, and they become whatever they become. So I was really like, that's really exciting. And then I was like, okay, but how do we really make that real for people? Well, the tiger's got to be scary, so we had to make it frightening enough. And then we've got to put them at sea.
And it's well, for want of a better word, it's painted so well.
Oh.
The lighting, the texture of everything you see on stage. I mean, this predominantly is put on very small shoulders, really, isn't it, for one character?
Well, our central character, Pi, both played by a boy and a girl in versions we've made, and I think hopefully you'll see that here as well. It's an enormous amount of weight that rests on that one person's shoulders. And in a way, hopefully you do perceive them as alone, because that isolation's a real part of the show, but they are never alone. The whole show is populated by people, so even when Pi is at his most alone, he's probably got 5 other people with him on stage. We made it in Sheffield and it was such a crazy experiment, and we were like, okay, is this even going to work? And like on our first preview, which is like the time when you put it on stage before the press, before anyone else has seen it, there is public, but we all know, and they do too, we've never done this before, and we were like, oh my goodness. And when every single one stood up for the first time, we were like, so not only is this bonkers, crazy, something we really care about, but people love it. Yeah. That's thrilling.
Now, we can't talk about Life of Pi without talking about these puppets. I mean, how on earth do you get tigers and things happening on stage?
Well, so Nick and I, we designed the puppets together, we've been working together for about 20 years now. Nick works predominantly as a puppet designer. I design and I direct the puppets and the movement in the show as well. And the design itself is a real evolution of everything we've both been working on for many years. Nick wasn't involved in Warhorse, but Nick had a whole puppet tradition before we met, and so our worlds coming together and then working together for the last 20 years, yeah, you can really see in the tiger elements of the horses, elements of A Heart of a Dog, which is an opera we made with Complicité, even Running Wild, all of these different shows, Lorax, very much feeding into the design that we've got with the tiger. And we've got very original things that we've always done, which is like we look at the anatomy of a real tiger, so all of the joints are in the right place on the thing, so the object already wants to move like the tiger. But then we've also got really technical developments that we've been working on. So the tiger, unlike some of the puppets we made in the past, is not rigid. It has a spine, but loads of it is flexible, is made with elasticity. So it means, like an accordion, the cat can sort of jump and scrunch and collapse in on itself and elongate and sort of change shape like a real cat can.
It is fascinating. Now, obviously it's coming here for Christmas. Not something that you'd think was perhaps a Christmas show. Why do you think it will be so successful? Because it will. Why do you think it will be so successful here at the Lowry?
I think it's got universal appeal because it's got so much heart. It's got so much excellent design. Makes it sound small, but it's not. It's just got all these different elements in it that are really exciting and really beautiful to watch. It's a family show in that whether you're 2 or 102, this is a story about survival, about loss, about struggle, about hope and wonder and magic. If you come and see this, you're going to have another Christmas meal.
Well, it is. It's layer upon layer of fabulousness. Thank you to both of you for your time today. I can't wait for everybody to get the tickets for this. I'm now joined here by Fiona Moss. Now, Fiona, you're doing something here today in Market Street. What is it you're doing?
So essentially we're doing a Check Your Blood Pressure campaign. So we are a brain hemorrhage awareness charity, and high blood pressure is the leading cause of lifestyle-related brain hemorrhages. Unfortunately, though, a third of the population, on average, have high blood pressure, and 50% of those people don't know that they have high blood pressure. We want to make it more of the norm and get people to understand how important it is to be checking their blood pressure regularly to stop these, what we call preventable tragedies from happening.
So what can cause high blood pressure?
So sometimes people can just be more susceptible to it. It could be genetics, but also it could be to do with lifestyle. So we're wanting people to understand how their lifestyle can affect high blood pressure. We're talking about things like stress, salt intake, weight management, alcohol intake, smoking, sleep, those sort of things. We're talking about things that people should be doing anyway to maintain a very healthy lifestyle, but with the awareness of understanding how it affects their blood pressure as well. Coming here today, checking their blood pressure, we've got a team of medical students here who are supporting us to check people's blood pressure. But we are encouraging people to check their blood pressure more on the regular anyway. So we are working with one of the global leading healthcare providers, Omron, who have kindly partnered with us on this event, and they support us with providing monitors for people to just check their blood pressure at home. So it's something that we can be doing at home as well, just simply if we have the machine ready available.
Are the machines, because you say the machines, are they expensive, the machines?
No, they're not. They're around, depending which one it is, 50, 60 pounds, and we've actually got 15% off today, and we've got a code for that as well. So it's something that we can buy. It's an investment in our health, and it could prevent huge tragedies from occurring in our life.
Whilst we take a little break from being here in Market Street, I've always been very busy with part 2 of People Like Us.
I've seen that passion that she imbues within her dance, but I need to understand more as to why she chooses to pursue so many passions, how that makes her feel free, and ultimately how that allows her to love her life just that little bit more.
So we're at the place where we do all our rehearsals 3 times a week at the moment, because the show is in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And down here we've got the rehearsal space, but we don't want to disturb them, so.
And I'll be heading in there in just a little while to see you rehearsing, which are you interested? Are you ready for this?
Yeah. I'm really excited.
2 weeks away from show.
Yeah.
What's in here then?
This is just a practice room where we just rehearse like certain numbers. We have our break in here, have a biscuit, have a tea, whatever. But
When's your first number? Is it just literally in a few seconds?
Yeah, in a few minutes we've got.
Right.
Yeah.
Should we head in there and you ready?
Yeah.
That was amazing. How did you find that?
It was a really good run, actually, yeah.
So is this your first run through of the whole show?
Yeah, we've done run-throughs of Act 1 and Act 2 separately, but this is the first day when we're trying it all, because it's in 2 weeks. You get so much joy from going to the theatre, but being in it is just so different. It's like that, but times 10. I'm in the Sharks group, so that is the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
So it's involved a lot of researching like Puerto Rican words. I've learned and I've been teaching the rest of the Sharks like different words and stuff, and there's like bits that we'll say in Spanish, and like, yeah, it's great. And also like the influence of the choreography between the Jets and the Sharks is very different, because the Sharks has more of a Latin American influence, obviously Puerto Rico. So yeah.
It's the closing night for Lucy's performance of West Side Story. And while we're not allowed our cameras into the theatre to capture any footage behind the stage or of the show itself, I'll be catching up with Lucy afterwards to see the abundance of emotions that she's feeling. And I've also got some news to surprise her with. So this has just been your closing show. How did it go, first of all?
It went so much. It was amazing. I can't even describe it. It went so well. It was
amazing. So it's been a 5-day run, and the show was fully sold out for every single show.
Yeah, which is the first time that the society has ever done that,
which is amazing. And I'm sure, is that like the first show that you've ever worked on which the audience, every single show has been packed up that much?
Yeah.
What emotions are going through your head right now?
I don't know. It's more shock than anything.
Oh, celebrate. You just had to go then because there was a little awards. Tell me, why are they doing awards, and you won an award? What did you win as well?
Well, because I've never done a show with the society, but I think it's just to like appreciate everyone. They were kind of jokey awards, or some more serious ones, but I got one for helping the cast with the Spanish, which is really nice to,
But I mean, when they said your award, they said she can sing, she can dance, she can act, and obviously, as you've just said, you've taught them all Spanish. Now, this just shows, throughout this whole thing of what we've been exploring, it's just that you are so multi-talented and that you do so many things. Where is that passion, where does it come from? And where's the drive to be able to do all of this?
I don't know, I feel a lot of it was like family, like my parents in musical theatre, my mum danced, so I didn't get pushed into it, but that's what I ended up doing naturally.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad, because it just fits me, and like the community, and like everyone that I know, everyone just gets each other, and it's absolutely wonderful. And the thing that I don't know what drives me, you never stop.
Moments like this.
Happy. Yeah, exactly. It gives you like a buzz, and it's like, I can't stop doing this. Like I've got to keep,
That's it. I mean, well, going back to the awards, now they've awarded you for that, and now just for how incredible you are and how incredible everything that you do is, first of all, are you a fan of Whitney Houston? Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston. No, not Whitney.
Whitney Houston. Yeah, I love Whitney.
Well, on Monday, we will be going to the press VIP screening of The Bodyguard.
The Bodyguard. Oh no, my palace.
Yeah. So you might get to walk down the red carpet. You'll get a free drink, and we'll be there to watch it.
Stop.
All on Monday. There's just something about the mindset that Lucy holds that is so rare and hard to find within anyone, let alone younger individuals. Being potentially the busiest person that I've ever met, while still managing to love every second of life, being so motivated and spending that right balance of time with her family and friends is something truly special. Now, Lucy will go far in life, because whatever she decides that she wants to do, she'll do it. And I think that if everybody aspired to be just that little bit more like Lucy, then the world would be a happier place.
We went to the Palace Theatre to watch The Bodyguard, obviously, and at the interval we got to go into the little VIP bar, which I've never done before, which was really fun. And I obviously know Whitney's songs, but I didn't know the storyline, I'd never seen the film, and it was absolutely incredible. I didn't expect as much dancing as there was in it, and that was really pleasant surprise.
You walked, even for a brief moment, you walked down the red carpet.
It was like, ooh.
You could get used to this.
Yeah, it was amazing. The show was amazing. Like, whenever I watch the dancers, I just want to be up there with them. But they were incredible, absolutely incredible.
I'm here in the town of New Mills to meet Shana Sharbel, an aspiring singer and songwriter. Little does Shauna know that in the days to come, I'll be setting her onto one of the biggest emotional journeys of her life.
She's very shy, not very good, but when she gets that first initial song out the way, she'll sing all day.
First ever time busking. This is one of the most popular and well-crowded places in Manchester.
I'm unstoppable today.
Right, so I'm going to have my blood pressure checked now. Can I check my blood pressure, please?
Absolutely.
Let's do it over here, shall we? This is very exciting. I didn't even think I had a heart, honestly.
So I just need you to put your arm through it.
That's it.
Have you had your blood pressure checked before?
Not recently, no.
Not recently.
No.
So what it's going to do, it's going to squeeze really, really tight,
Yeah.
but it won't last for long.
Right.
If you just relax your arm. Take a seat, sir.
Relaxed. Oh, it's tightening.
It is tightening, yeah.
Oh, it's comfy though, that.
It's important to know your blood pressure because when you've got high blood pressure, you can't feel it like when you've got a cold.
Yeah.
So you can have high blood pressure and not even know it.
Right.
And high blood pressure has all of these various side effects, and you don't really know until it's too late, really.
Right.
So it's really important to check your blood pressure, and you have excellent blood pressure.
Oh, that's good to know, isn't it?
Absolutely. So your blood pressure is 124 over 93. Absolutely fine. We aim for anything underneath 140 over 190. So
I'm alive. We're all good. We're okay. We can function another day, everybody. But as we were just told, it's so very, very important to know your blood pressure. So just so you can know what, whether you're doing all right or you're not. I mean, I expected mine to be either too low or too high, but I'm doing all right and I'm healthy. Now, if you are around at any point, make sure you get in contact with a doctor or a health practitioner and they can take your blood pressure for you. Just know about it. Knowledge is key, is king. Thank you. How important do you think it is to people of your age to have their blood pressure checked regularly?
Well, I think when I look at the older people, you can get an example what's going to happen if they don't check their blood pressure or their health, or what they eat or what they smoke.
Yeah.
So I guess it's really important. I mean, if there is a chance to check the blood pressure or any other part, then I mean, why not?
Health is important, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
We're going to get you checked with one of our monitors, so if you just want to have a little seat there for us,
okay.
Have a seat there and one of our lovely people will be able to see you.
have you had your blood pressure taken before?
Last week.
Last week?
Yes.
Oh, fabulous. Do you know what it was?
Around 125 to 85.
Excellent. We'll see what it is today, but I've got a good feeling about it.
But I'm a little bit nervous right now because there is a TV and all this stuff. So it's probably gonna be a little higher. Already had my breakfast, as I said.
Yeah.
Baked beans and bacon. All this.
Oh, a full English breakfast.
Yeah, full English breakfast. So I assume, I don't think, that's not normal, and that's not really.
So last week it being 120.
No, really. I might look like I'm okay, but inside is like.
Well, that's the thing about blood pressure. You can't see it.
Just going off that then, what was the feeling knowing that it registered as high? How did that make you feel?
Well, it feels like exactly how I feel inside.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's important that the people get their blood pressure checked regularly then, isn't it?
It's very important.
Yeah, because you just never know, do you?
Well, my father died due to high blood pressure. It was instant. I've been there in the from that moment. I'm trying to check on myself a little bit more.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Ivan. Thank you so much for your time. Give us a handshake. Cheers, Flower. So, have you had a good turnout today?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Just people really engaging in the message. It's like really powerful to see that people are wanting to make these changes and actually be proactive about their health as well.
So a few people would have found out today they've got high blood pressure.
Yep.
What would you say to them? Do they need to change anything? Do they need to do anything?
So the thing with high blood pressure, like when they take it, is a snapshot in time. So we also not to worry, but to check it maybe tomorrow or next week and just to see what the readings are then. If it continues to be high over a course of a week, then to go and see their GP. There are things that they then can do to manage it, but it's just about making people aware and so that they can actually then take control of their health as well.
Why should people get behind the Natalie Kate Moss Trust?
So one of the biggest things that contributes to brain hemorrhages is high blood pressure. So this is the message that we all know about, but no one really takes control of, and we really want to push that message because we believe, and we talk about preventing the preventable, that we can prevent a lot of tragedies from happening from brain hemorrhage by simply probably people being proactive about their blood pressure. We know that 3 million people a year die from brain hemorrhages. We want to prevent some of those tragedies from happening. We believe we can do that through this message.
What do you reckon Natalie would make of today?
I think she's very proud. I think more than anything, she would have loved the music. So she was very much a party girl. She lives in Manchester. She loved this scene. So she would have loved the fact that not only are we, spreading a very important message, but also there was fun, there was excitement. It was just a great day as well.